In a world of constant flux, why do we relentlessly seek permanence? We crave something that defies time's relentless march. This deep yearning often manifests in our material desires. High-value cars become more than transport. They are anchors against oblivion. Beyond their utility, these machines are seen as investments. A tangible shield against depreciation, a perceived control over future value. Such ownership offers profound psychological comfort. In an unpredictable existence, holding an object of enduring worth grants a sense of stability. This echoes ancient human desires for legacy, for immortality. Just as pharaohs built pyramids, we invest in objects to outlast us. These automobiles transform into time capsules of aspiration, physical embodiments of historical significance and enduring human spirit. Each classic car whispers tales of its era. It's an artifact, a tangible link to a bygone time, preserving moments of innovation and culture. Their craftsmanship, rarity, and design transcend mere engineering. They embody enduring taste, a collective yearning for beauty and mechanical marvel. For owners, these cars become a form of personal immortality, a statement, a passion, a piece of their identity projected into the future. This act confronts our existential anxieties concerning finitude. It's a human attempt to leave an indelible mark, to defy the inevitable. The preservation, documentation, and even public display of these vehicles become a ritual. A collective act of defiance against oblivion. But what truly constitutes value in these time capsules? Is it intrinsic, or merely a projection of our deepest human desires for meaning and continuity? This chapter delves into our fundamental human drive to seek permanence in a world defined by relentless change and impermanence. We crave the psychological comfort of owning objects that seem to defy depreciation, offering control over future value. This echoes ancient desires for legacy and immortality, a tangible sense of anchoring oneself against life's unpredictable currents. These high-value automobiles transcend mere utility, becoming true time capsules of aspiration. They are physical embodiments of historical significance, enduring taste, or even a form of personal immortality for owners. The act confronts our deepest existential anxieties concerning finitude, a human attempt to leave an indelible mark. These machines rise beyond simple transport, elevated to collectibles, artifacts, and powerful financial assets. Their craftsmanship, rarity, and provenance tap into a collective yearning for beauty and mechanical marvel. Preservation and public display become a ritualistic act of defying oblivion, anchoring a tangible narrative. This echoes ancient practices investing in art, land, or titles to secure one's place in history, a legacy. Ultimately, these cars are not just objects, they are projections of our deepest human desires for meaning and continuity. We anchor ourselves against finitude, seeking enduring value in machines. But what happens when passion collides with cold financial logic? An investment demands calculation, yet a rare car ignites powerful emotions, status, and the pure pursuit of pleasure. Remember the initial thrill of a coveted acquisition, that fleeting peak of satisfaction, a temporary triumph over desire. Yet, this intense joy often fades. We adapt, and the extraordinary becomes ordinary, resetting our baseline of contentment. This compels investors into a relentless pursuit, the next investment-grade car, perpetually chasing an elusive peak of satisfaction. Philosophically, this pursuit clashes with Stoic wisdom. We desperately try to control external market fluctuations. Stoics teach us to distinguish what is truly within our control, our judgments, our desires, and what is external, like market volatility. The investor yearns to master the market, believing there can bend its capricious nature to their financial desire. Such decisions are often plagued by an array of cognitive biases, distorting our judgment and perception of value. Consider confirmation bias. We selectively seek information that validates our existing investment choices, ignoring contradictory evidence. Then there's the illusion of control, fostering a belief in one's ability to accurately predict niche markets, a dangerous self-deception. Beyond these, the sunk cost fallacy traps us, binding us to depreciating assets by past financial and emotional commitments. An investment demands cold logic, yet rare cars ignite powerful emotions, personal status, and the pursuit of pleasure. This introduces the hedonic treadmill, where initial thrills of acquiring a coveted vehicle often fade, compelling investors into an insatiable pursuit, the next investment-grade car, chasing an elusive peak of satisfaction. Philosophically, this pursuit clashes with Stoic wisdom. We desperately try to control external market fluctuations. Stoics teach us, distinguish what is truly within our control, our judgments, our desires from what is external, like market volatility and the external value of possessions. The market's capricious nature bends to no individual will. This chapter challenges us, examine the interplay between rational economic behavior and deeply ingrained human psychology. Does the pursuit of appreciation in material objects ultimately serve our deeper well-being, or merely trap us in endless desire? How does emotional attachment to these vehicles create a profound tension, conflicting with the cold logic of financial investment? And what does this reveal about our fundamental relationship with wealth, desire, and the elusive nature of true value? Beyond mere vehicles, these investment cars become profound extensions of our identity, silent declarations of who we aspire to be. These exceptional vehicles transform into external manifestations of curated taste, perceived success, and a unique philosophical outlook on rarity. This phenomenon, known as conspicuous consumption or Veblen goods, transcends utility, driven by the desire to display wealth and influence. Acquiring such expensive items is less about practical utility and more about publicly displaying wealth, influence, and exclusive status. This connects profoundly to our innate human need for recognition, belonging, and establishing social standing within select circles. Such possessions become keys to exclusive communities, an unspoken language of power, subtly affirming one's place in the hierarchy. At its core, this pursuit taps into the philosophy of scarcity. Why do we intrinsically value what is rare, limited, and difficult to attain? The inherent difficulty in attainment, the limited supply, paradoxically amplifies an object's perceived worth, fueling our deepest desires. The deliberate act of acquiring, preserving, and showcasing a rare automobile contributes to a profound sense of purpose. This isn't merely ownership, it's a meticulously crafted persona, a unique identity in a world often saturated with the mundane. In a world saturated with the commonplace, these rare objects offer an escape, a statement of individuality, and a profound sense of purpose. Yet, do these club mentalities and unspoken languages of connoisseurship truly bring fulfillment, or merely perpetuate a cycle of desire? This chapter explores the profound link between investment-grade car ownership and self-identity, a poignant declaration of status. These exceptional vehicles transform into external manifestations of an individual's curated taste and perceived success. They embody a unique philosophical outlook on rarity, intrinsic worth, and an inherent value beyond mere utility. This connects to Veblen goods items bought less for use, more for publicly displaying wealth and influence. Such acquisitions establish an exclusive position within societal hierarchies, affirming one's place among the elite. It taps into the innate human need for recognition, belonging, and social standing within select, often elite, circles. The core philosophy of scarcity explains why we intrinsically value what is rare, limited, and difficult to attain. Acquiring, preserving, and showcasing a rare automobile creates a profound sense of purpose and a meticulously crafted persona. This isn't merely ownership, it's a unique, curated identity in a world often saturated with the mundane. Intricate social dynamics and a club mentality form, communicating status through unspoken connoisseurship languages. Does true value reside in the object, or is it a projection of our desire for meaning and self-definition?